This video is for the therapist who code switches all day, who masks their neurodivergence, tucks away their queer identity, and wonders why they're exhausted by midweek. The truth is, your authenticity is foundational for your life, as well as for your professional work. I'm Rebel Wolf with Kindness Corner Studio, a queer and neurodivergent affirming space where helpers and healers come home to themselves through creativity. Thanks for showing up for yourself today. First off, I want to make it clear that I am not suggesting that you abandon safety concerns for the sake of unmasking. Everyone should always assess for safety and unmask in ways that are safe and with safe people in safe places. Everything that I'm speaking to here today is under the assumption that there have been thoughts and reflections on the safety of unmasking or coming out, and that you would be doing so out of a desire for more authentic living. So let's talk about what masking costs us energetically, especially for those of us that are neurodivergent, LGBTQIA+. If we've been masking since childhood, some costs we pay our energy, we pay with our spirit, we pay with the essence of ourselves and our potential to connect with people who honor and cherish who we truly really are. If we never show folks the true authentic self, then it'll be really hard for us to find people who love that true authentic self. When we aren't fully present in ourselves, clients can pick up on that. They pick up on our guarded and maybe stifled energy, which can often be misinterpreted as being like standoffish or condescending or even disinterested. When I show up for clients authentically, I notice this kind of spark that can happen, and it doesn't have to be big. Just share like a little something that they might have some connection to, might relate to some way. And I can see this little spark of recognition or kinship, this kind of energy of like, oh, we're kind of similar. Like we have some similar experiences. We have some similar pieces to our stories, to our lives. And that's definitely, amplified by the clients that I do work with. But it doesn't have to be necessarily about any identities that are shared with any particular client. We can just show up a little more human, and that can be something that can allow for that connection. Showing up authentically is the root of us stepping into our whole selves and navigating the world from that place of inner knowing, that place of confidence. And when we have the freedom to embrace all parts of ourselves, that can cultivate some positive emotions and interactions and relationships. Because, like I said, when we show up as our true selves, we're allowing others to see us. And that opens up the possibility for real, authentic connection. When the root of authenticity is healthy and well established, everything can grow from there and flourish. And of course, you don't need to be out to everyone, and it's likely safer for you to be discerning. But you do need at least some spaces where you can put it all down and show up fully as yourself. That's how then we can learn what parts that we can feel a little more comfortable trying out being more authentic with clients. Now, if you want, you can join me for a little creative exercise that helps illustrate and untangle some of the pieces relating to unmasking and authenticity. So we're just gonna grab any paper and something to write or draw with. I choose markers, Mr. Sketch markers, because I like how they smell and they're fun to play with. And we're just gonna draw a simple tree. Roots, trunk, branches. Now, in the roots, we're going to write parts of ourselves that feel hidden or masked. I focused a lot here on my executive dysfunction. I'm having a really hard time embracing the fact that being timely is a big struggle. Keeping everything in my mind is a big struggle. And then, if you want, you can draw how you're going to nourish your tree, the roots. I put some love being poured down on those roots. Show myself some love in those areas that are really hard. And then in the branches, we're going to write what becomes possible when the roots are nourished. And here, for me, there was a lot of, like being able to model being human, being able to show that even quote unquote professionals have things that are challenges, modeling, having conversations about difficult things, like when I'm running late, being able to talk about that in a healthy, productive way, things like that. So, whatever might be possible for you once your roots are nourished. Now, if you want to take this exercise a little deeper, you can engage with any of these following journal prompts. What does masking cost you physically and emotionally each day? Where in your life do you feel most fully yourself? How does your authenticity, your neurodivergence, your queerness, your whole self actually make you a better therapist? And what is one small way you could show up more authentically this week? So remember, we don't need to bare our souls to everyone we meet, but that doesn't mean that we should stay hidden behind a mask forever. Thanks for getting creative and reflective with me today. If you'd like, maybe you can leave 1 to 3 words in the comments explaining or representing how this exercise went for you. I'd love to hear how it landed for you. And if you'd like to join me for some live creative camaraderie with other mental health professionals, you can click the link below to see our upcoming offerings. I hope that you can care for yourself today as much as you care for your clients. And I'll see you soon. Bye.